Hello and welcome to Runkle of the Bailey. My name is Ian Runkle. I'm a Canadian criminal defense and firearms lawyer. Today I'm going to answer the question I've been getting most often about Bill C-21, which is actually not a question about C-21 at all. There's a lot of confusion around what this law does and what previous laws did. So we're still going to answer it. I'm still going to explain what's going on, but this was actually done back in 2018. So the question people have been having is about this section. The definition, non-restricted firearm in subsection 84 sub 1 of the Criminal Code is replaced by the following. Non-restricted firearm means a firearm that is neither a prohibited firearm nor a restricted firearm. Okay, well, what was that changing? Because that doesn't help us a whole lot. What it was changing was this section here. This is from the old definition, and it says a non-restricted firearm means a firearm that is neither a prohibited firearm nor a restricted firearm, or a firearm that is prescribed to be a non-restricted firearm. So, to explain how this works, the Criminal Code has two ways that something can be prohibited or restricted. It can either be that it has certain traits that make it prohibited, in the sense of, for instance, if it's full auto, then it's a prohibited firearm, it's banned. However, a firearm can also be specified to be prohibited via an order in council. That's what they did with the AR-15. Now, previously, the law allowed the government to also specify that something whose traits would have made it prohibited or restricted is instead going to be considered a non-restricted firearm. So it would have been theoretically possible for the government to specify that a particular full auto firearm is non-restricted, or a particular handgun, which would otherwise be restricted, would instead be non-restricted. So why did they put this in? Why was that section included? Well, this is dating back to the whole Swiss arms issue, where a whole bunch of people bought firearms that they were told by the government were non-restricted and they believed were non-restricted. And then the government changed their mind and they said, actually, we think these are prohibited, so you can't have them. A whole bunch of gun owners had acquired those firearms under entirely innocent circumstances. They were like, I just bought this and you said it was fine for me to own. So the government of the day, when they added that a firearm is prescribed to be non-restricted, was trying to fix that. They were trying to say, okay, listen, even if the police are right and this was a banned firearm from the beginning, we're going to declare that it's actually non-restricted. And that seemed like a fair solution to just about everybody. But then the Liberal Party got elected and they were listening to anti-gun lobbyists who were very upset by this. And so they took that away. And so all of those firearms that had been sort of exempted in this fashion once again became prohibited firearms. Doesn't seem terribly fair, but that's not what our government is out for in all of this. But as mentioned, the most common question I've been getting about Bill C-21 is actually a question about Bill C-71 from 2018. This really illustrates just how confusing our gun laws are, because lots of people have been getting this one wrong. And there's a lot of, I don't think it's intentional, there's just a lot of accidental misinformation going out there, and I try to use this channel to correct that when I can. So this is going to be a fairly short video. I do plan to do another video talking about some of the things that are now being declared to be prohibited in C-71, which includes a couple of categories. One is basically, and they put a bunch of restrictions on it, like a semi-auto with a magazine size of 6 or more. But it basically is going to mean every semi-automatic that is designed after the law was passed is banned in Canada. So no new semi-automatic models coming to Canada. They say it's only if it has a magazine size of 5 or more than 5, but given that people design firearms for the US market as opposed to the Canadian market, which is tiny, I don't really see any being designed to only take 5, because that's not a requirement in the US. So that's one thing, is this big prospective ban. I can talk about what that means and why they put that in there, because there's reasons. The other category of things that they are banning in C-21 is any firearm that was illegally manufactured is now a prohibited firearm, which is going to be a bit of a disaster because this is very badly drafted and there's all sorts of ways that could potentially go bad. They've said that this is aimed at ghost guns. I'll explain in that video why it doesn't do that at all, but it's just going to be a gong show. So that'll be for a future video because I'm trying to keep these kind of on topic. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you found this to be interesting or educational. Please like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to see more content. I also want to thank my Patreon supporters at the $50 level, Canada's National Firearms Association, the CCFR, the Canadian Shooting Sports Association, and Lambus for the Elf. Thank you as well to my $20 supporters who are Lindsay Metcalf, Larry Kalniak, Kyle Fox, Drunk All of the Baileys, Cameron Johnson, Andrew Elsich, Vicky, and Dorky Dane. Thank you as well to my $10 supporters who will be in the crawl immediately following. Thank you guys for watching. Hope this has armed you with knowledge. See you next time.